Good day. My group is covered by Maricela Hernandez, Edwin Vera, and Albaniana Pinto. Today we will study our qualitative psychosocial inclusion for children and young people with cognitive disability. Introduction. The research to be carried out arises from the need of house children with cognitive disability who are accepted in educational institutions but are not included in the correct way in the psychosocial environment sign due to lack of information methodology or simply initiative and their out community that do not intervene to improve the quality of life of the student population. Problem statement. Inclusion is in action where it drenches the equality of disabilities. That is why thanks to it there is an integral society where everyone can develop in a potential way. At the Maria Goretti Institution, the arrival of children and young people with cognitive disability is evident, but the lack of inclusion at the psychosocial level is violated since it is not being carried out quarterly, delaying both the personal and social development of this population.
General objective: identify what existing shortcomings are in the strategies that are being carried out, since they are not generating an inclusion in the psychosocial environment of the student population wide-side cognitive disabilities. Specific objectives: identify why educational personnel are not conducting rigorous research on how to appropriate and implement the psychosocial need of this student population. Can note what are the emotional affectations that children with cognitive disabilities present at the psychosocial level in the institution and in their daily lives. Justification: in educational institutions, it is necessary to properly implement the inclusion of children and adolescents with cognitive disabilities so that they can achieve optimal integral development for these. An organized and planned observation process was carried out that seeks to identify the different shortcomings present in the educational institutions, and likewise to be able to assertively. Theatrical frameworks. Background studies and laws have been evidence in which they focus on integral inclusion, for which reason one of these investigations is entitled Inclusion, a history of exclusion in the teaching learning process, which talk about the process of reflection on inclusion. On the other hand, different terms relate to disabilities are known. In this case, I met up the cognitive area search and attention deficit disorder, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, Down syndrome, spectrum disorder, autistic, among others. Where those who manifest they are often subject to a lack of inclusion due to their limitation caused by them, often leaving them exist without hope of self-improvement and self-realization.
Methodology. Our methodology was embraced under the construct approach where that's to the contrive of Piaget and Vygotsky on education. It was possible to identify different methods that play an important role in the process acquisition, understanding, and relation of thought and behavior at a social level where the most influence they are their educators and the sound environment that surround them, which is we and observed was made to note not only the behavior of children in exclusion but also the other education entities that are continuous developing in the psychology field. In the same way, the human theory of Abraham Maslow was also handled how all focus in the social and person environment to achieve self-realization. Focus. This research is based on the qualitative approach with the non-probabilistic method and a homogeneous sample population. The educational institution Maria Goretti Healthcare B was selected with 150 students in the city of Bucaramanga, Santander, in which site selection criteria were based on the student population. Sampling. Then for the Educational Institute Maria Goretti, her could be aimed only at the student population with cognitive disability with an evident lack of inclusion that a psychology left that is 10 students among boys, girls, and adolescents. This was our research work. Thanks.